to week 6 of the TTS season 15 league. I'm your host, Norbert, Dr. Norbert, calling you from London. And with me tonight, my special guest host is Cottle. Hey, buddy.
Hey, man. How's it going?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on. Whoa. Didn't hit pause. Okay. Whew. I'm a little bit of a shambles here, but that's okay. It's week 6, and I'm so glad to have you on the show. I'm going to introduce you properly in a moment. Let's just get rolling with the rosters and all that jazz so that the guys can get going. What do you say?
For sure.
All right, Cool. Let me throw up the screen. Boom. Right. So tonight we have, as I said, this is week 6. This is the last week of the Swiss rounds. You need to be X and 1 to get into the elimination rounds. Both of these gentlemen are at 4 and 1. So only one, the winner of this match, will be able to get through. So it's high stakes tonight. So in red will be Tailgunner. Tailgunner comes from Croatia. He was the captain of the Croatian WTC team last year, and I believe he's joined a Canadian team, French team. I've forgotten now. Somebody needed a fill-in, and he was able to fill in. So he'll still be there, but the rest of Croatians unfortunately won't be. Tonight he's playing Avengers and Shield. So let's take a look at his roster. He's got Beast, Steve 3, Iron Man 2, Invincible Iron Man, Medusa, Namor, Winter Soldier, Vision, Spectacular Spider-Man, Howling Commandos, so that's Nick Fury Sr. and Nick Fury Jr. He's already chosen his crises, so we'll have to ask about that. Let me see if what they chose, actually. So who won the priority? Looks like Joe did. No, Joe did.
No, he wins because of the crit.
Oh, regardless of the number of wilds. Okay, yep. What crisis did you choose, and what's the threat? Okay. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Joe. Joe is from the north of England. He is a friend of the London meta, though. He comes down to see us often to compete, which is fantastic. And he is playing Hellfire Club tonight. Let's see what he brought. Oop, I did it again. God, this darn space park functionality.
Everybody drink.
Everybody, yeah. Good idea. Right, we've got Emma Frost, Crimson Dynamo, Black Cat, Beta Ray Bill, Baron Zemo 1, Toad, Shang-Chi, or I think it's Shang-Chi. I have to get used to that. Shang-Chi. Rhino, Okoye, and Namor as well. Right on. Let's see. So Tailgunner says he got Prio and chose Secures, and they Joe then sorry, let's start over. Joe won Prio, and it says 20 threat. I got Prio and chose Secures. Oh yeah, because he's got the crit. Sorry. So he got Secure. So Joe picked 20 threat out of 16 or 20. We're gonna go take a look now. Let me just tell them we're ready to go. Okay, go. There. Let's take a look at what's happening tonight. First of all, let's see who we can credit for the map. The map comes to us from Mike DeLuca. Hey, another friend of the show. Also one of the captains of the American teams coming over to the WTC. He's in California now. He's been on the show as a co-host and as a player. So thank you, Mike, for putting this map together, which I think is a new one. The crises, again, Tailgunner took the Secure. So he ended up with, this is his Secure, and it was Mayor Fisk with 16 threat. This is where there's 2 different witnesses on the table, kind of spread apart. And if you control it, you get to move it within 2 during the cleanup phase. But then wherever it's placed, each character within 1 of it suffers a damage and gains a stun condition, which is kind of tricky to play around sometimes unless you're prepared for it. So, Cottle, later on, I'd like your thoughts about what why you think he's prepared, why he thinks he's prepared for it. Meanwhile, the extract that the Hellfire Club player Joe took is Scrolls. It's a pretty normal one. This is 4 scrolls sort of across the center of the board. And this is when you pick it up, you have to roll your physical defense, and you need to get a crit or a wild, or else you get pushed short. All right. With all that said now, Cottle, give us your thoughts about these 2 rosters.
I'm pretty well acquainted with both. I've played both of them recently enough. in the Eurovision leagues, which are a great competition run by Joe and Jim,
Oh yeah.
both from England. Um, I really like Tailgunner's roster. He's playing Avengers and Shield, who are both pretty mid-range, but he's playing all these annoying crises like Fisk that a lot of the popular teams don't really want to see.
Yeah.
And then Scrolls is just one of those extracts that everyone feels okay on, so I can see why Joe brought it with his Hellfire list. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Hellfire deal with the Fisk, because of course they want to be standing on points, but these points actually hurt you. Although the leadership somewhat compensate for the stun and the damage. So it'll be interesting to see who has the advantage here.
What did you
Not
think?
super obvious.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you think is it about Tailgunner's roster that makes him okay with getting stunned?
I'm not sure what he particularly gains out of it. I didn't see any stun immune characters,
No.
but I think the nice thing about Avengers is they can kind of deal with it, and I think he probably has Second Wind, the one of the Avengers cards. And I believe that allows you to get rid of stun, but I could be wrong about that.
Sure. Of course, that only happens once, but nonetheless, it could be that crucial moment, so it's okay.
Plus, there's a little bit of healing with the chip down at the end of the world.
Okay, let's take a look at the map in the meantime. So as I said, the witnesses are here at the top of the board and to the bottom, actually closer to the center than I remembered. So there's that. The scrolls,
Yeah, I
there's
think they get squeezed in when they did the
update.
crisis rebalance there a bit. Yeah.
One scroll is at the bottom here. Two are kind of center. And then there's one up on this cool under construction building, which is kind of funny. This is a scroll trying to hide out in the construction site, which is fantastic. So that is a size 5, which you don't see very often. Thank you, Mike, for throwing that in there. Size 4 trailer on the left of it. Size 3 pipes on the right. Then in the middle, we got a size 3 container, size 2 forklift, size 4 truck, size 2 hut here on the left. A bunch of barrels, I'm sure. Also, oh, the barrels are size 2. There's a size 1. Size 1 barrier. Size 2 barrels, and then these poles. Oh, the poles are only size 1. The bulldozer is size 3. These poles are size 1, and these barrels are size 2. So nice variety, very modern variety and quantity of terrain on this table, I would say. Would you agree?
Yeah, and I like the asymmetry as well because there's a lot of, there's definitely a benefit to having both sides because you probably have a little bit more terrain if you pick the side with a truck, but you might get stuck behind it, which can be a problem for some rosters if you don't have a lot of wall crawl or a flight. But at the same time, you do have access to a big size 4 to throw if you take the side of the Fisk building. It's a little bit more open.
Namor has flight, right?
Namor does fly. He's got those tiny little wings.
Yeah, I remember that from the film. Okay, so that'll be kind of handy with the size 5 here, plus a couple of size 4s. Wow. In fact, these size 3s are probably a nuisance too. So yeah, the terrain's going to be quite impactful. Interesting. So Joe lost priority, so he got to pick the side. So he gave the truck side to Tailgunner.
Yeah, that makes sense. Getting stuck behind it will be a pain. Unless he's got... Yeah, a bunch of his guys can fly. It's not so bad. Oh, wow. Joe's got super wide.
Yeah, holy crap. All right, let's go to Tailgunner first.
Actually, it's only 6.
Only?
It's 20 threat.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Right, let's take a look at what Tailgunner brought first. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, we've got Vision, Steve 3, Medusa, Iron Man 2, and Nick Fury Jr. So could he go either faction?
He could play Shield, yeah.
He could play Shield or Avengers. Interesting. All right, let's. Oh, but he's got the Avengers assembled card, so that answers that.
Okay, so that answers that.
Stark Armory, great card. Wow, fun. Brace for Impact, Eye in the Sky. Wait. Oh, he can play it even if it's unaffiliated. Look at
Yeah, he can only play it once though.
Do you see the Vince? Vince is at the bottom. Oh, I see. I never noticed that. That if it's in Shield, you get to bring it back in every time somebody gets dazed, right? Is that how that one works?
No, you just get it back in the thing.
Just get it back. Oh, right. Okay. Boom. And then Battle Plan. which is a Steve Rogers card. That's an interesting one. I'd like to see this happening. So within 3, if he spends 3 power, he can choose one of the effects for each character within 3. Either remove a special condition, so that could be the stun, remove power, remove damage, or place within 1 of their current position. Amazing. All right, let's see what this bad boy brought along. Joemanji with his nice magenta look car is amazing. He's brought, that's Emma Frost, Crimson Dynamo, Shang-Chi, Toad, Rhino, and Okoye. Cards are Hellfire Club, which is the leadership card. Chi Mastery, fantastic card. Like bonkers good. This is a robbery, great card. Brace and Recal. All right. What do you think Joemanji is up to here with this roster? Seems like a mixture between attrition and extract stealing runners.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to get the advantage of an extract with Rhino and hope that Crimson Dynamo just keeps him safe from the attrition. I think that's his plan. And I think it definitely has the potential to work. I mean, this scenario is one of the weirder ones in that it can end up being all clumped in the middle, but can also spread out a bit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it's this weird one with Fisk because initially they're somewhat far apart, but they tend to, I don't know, in my experience, they tend to move together the few times I play this.
Yeah. It is one of the least played crises, though, so I think Tailgunner is trying to leverage that with his team as well to maybe get a leg up, because if it's in your roster, you're probably playing it more, and it's not in a lot of rosters. So we'll see if Joe's prepared.
Okay. Right, before these guys finish deploying, in your honor, Cottle, being an actual Irishman, sat in Ireland, I went ahead and brought out the Irish whiskey, naturally. Look at that. This is it Mickle or Mitchell? How do you pronounce it?
I have no idea how you would say that.
What hope do I have then?
Yeah, fair.
This says Fuchsia Michel. I don't know. Do you speak Irish? Irish?
Couple of buckles. So just a little bit.
The first word is Fuisce.
Fuchsia, yeah, sure.
And then
don't know what that means.
Oh, okay. And then Mhicil.
Yeah. You know what I did when I was doing Irish for my leaving cert, which is equivalent to A-levels or your high school?
Yeah.
Google Translate shit, so let's do that now.
It's just going to translate it. Oh, my Lord. Well, I'm pouring myself something because I speak the language of whiskey regardless of its nation of origin. Cheers, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the MCP tonight. What do you got with you?
Gotcha. I am drinking my favorite cocktail, a White Russian.
White Russian. Oh, wow, we're going to get some Big Lebowski vibes going tonight. I love it. Hey, that's just your opinion, man. I wonder if all the Gen Z that watch us, we're the home of Gen Z MCP, they love us. They don't like or subscribe or comment very much, but we have legions of them. And Gen Z, the Gen Z may know that quote, but probably not the film it comes from. What do you think?
You definitely should watch The Big Lebowski if you haven't seen it. It is amazing. It's probably my favorite Coen Brothers film.
It's such a bizarre film.
Either that or Fargo. It's so good, though.
BHP Chrono's throwing all the quotes out. Rock on, dude. Okay, deployments. Let's see. Tailgunner has put Medusa dead center, the shield agents to her right, Steve 3 to their right, and who's that? Vision on the right as well. To the left of Medusa is Invincible Iron Man and Nick Fury Jr. So he separated Jr. from his grunts. Meanwhile, Joe has put straight in the middle Toad. Then to the left is Crimson Dynamo and Emma Frost. To the right is Okoye and Shang-Chi on this building, which is funny, and Rhino on the right. So fairly centrally located.
Yeah, they are very precariously balanced on that thing.
Yeah, Joe did a nice job.
I'm sure if I would have agreed, but anyway.
So Tailgunner had priority, so he went forward, put the grunts up because they have to go first, and he picked up the first scroll. He failed the roll, which is not surprising since they had one die, maybe a physical defense. So he had to be moved forward. Joe moved him forward a little bit more, and now he's going to use his second action to just go ahead and move them backwards. And it looks like at least get cover, if not completely hide them behind that size 3 Oscorp container.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting all the way behind, but they will get cover. But this is the nice thing about the agents, right? Even if they die, you don't really care because you get to place that extract.
Right. And they can throw it, what, within 3 of them cells? Is that right?
I think it's still 2.
Still 2. All right. While you look that up, meanwhile, Nick Fury Jr. has to go next. And so he's going to go after this scroll that he was across from. What's nice about this scroll placement is the size 3 bulldozer will not allow him to walk over it. So if he fails the roll here, Joe's not going to be able to get him to go forward. So that's pretty clever for Tailgunner. I wonder if Joe had calculated that when he gave him that side of the map. But in any case, he doesn't.
Probably not.
Yeah. In any case, he didn't fail the roll, so he gets to stay put. Looks like we've got different fan bases. We've got the first of all, we've got the Big Lebowski fan base in our chat. Holy moly, everybody's feeling like this is suddenly coalesced everybody into one big family in the chat. The Big Lebowski,
as it should be,
with his White Russian. Oh, I love that you're drinking.
I thought you would like it, Robert, given your penchant for 90s movies. So
yeah, cheers for that. And we've got Team Tailgunner going in the chat, but nobody likes Joe. No Joe love.
He's playing Hellfire. It's hard to love him.
He's moved Emma up to pick up the far scroll, which is on top of the building. Manages to do it. Oh, and lucky enough, even though she's got crappy physical defense, he does succeed, so she doesn't get moved forward.
Yeah, but similar to Nick on the other side, she probably couldn't have been moved that much forwards. That's probably why he took this side in retrospect.
Yeah, I'm taking a look. Yeah, sure enough, the building was, he had the same situation with the building where he wouldn't have been able to move forward. Why is he going again? Did Tailgunner pass?
I guess he did.
Okay.
And similar, it looks like this little cart thing is probably going to block Toad even if he gets pushed. So that's probably why he picked this side. Forklift, that's the word.
So
and sure enough, he gets pushed.
I'm getting important news in from Charlie Healy, MCP player extraordinaire in Ireland. He's mentioning about bringing some whiskey along to the WTC, which is next weekend. Woohoo! I love that, Charlie.
So excited.
I may have a bottle with me as well, but not Irish. I'm going to go to the UK. Let's see. What did Toad do? He picked up that extract.
He just got
did he failed? He failed the scroll roll. Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking about where to put him now because that was only the one move. Yeah. So he wants to make sure that Toad can, first of all, not get stunned if the witness moves, but also is relatively close by in case he needs to score it next turn, I suppose.
Jesus Christ, we just got mobbed by scammers. Holy moly, it's like a dozen of them. Bloody hell.
Oh, wow, yeah.
All right,
this is what happens when you mention Big Lebowski, I guess.
And whiskey. While I deal with this, please keep the people informed about what's happening out there.
Yeah, sure. So Toad's just moved back into a fairly central position. So I think the early game's kind of out of the way now. Everyone's got their extracts, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next because now someone's going to have to go stand up in the middle and there's no good targets at the moment. And unfortunately, Tailgunner is going to have to be the first one to kind of play chicken here and put someone forward. It looks like he's thinking about Vision or maybe Medusa. Basically, he's got to stay at a Crimson Dynamo's threat and Rhino's threat on either side here. Both are threatening the witness, so it's kind of rough, especially when you want to be the aggressor here. It looks like Vision has just fallen over. Oh no, he's just selected his mode, which I guess he had forgotten to do at the start of the game, and Joe was gracious enough to allow him to do now.
What did he do? Sorry, I missed it.
It looks like he's in his phased mode, which means he is
gotcha.
not going to take full vision damage and has higher energy defense. But I don't play a lot of Vision, though he is seeing a comeback with a lot of the new Asgard stuff. He's got a lot of good tech there. So let's see. Phased, yeah, extra defense against energy and immune to collision. So that does seem like the mode to be in. However, he has decided to go ahead with Medusa and just move up behind that Oscorp container for a little bit of cover. But I think
Let's take a
Dynamo
quick look.
probably still get her.
Yeah. Is that Medusa you were just talking about? I'm back.
Yeah, she's right there beside the agents.
Yeah, I see it now. Okay, cool. And where did Vision go?
Vision did not move. I
Oh,
think
okay. It was
his correct form.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, cool. I caught up. So what did Medusa do? She just walked up there into that spot?
Just, I don't even know if that was a double move. She just walked there, so I think she might have decided discretion is the better part of valor here, and is going to wait and see if Joe will put someone in the middle first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a question of who wants to get stunned. Because these Fisk things, we should mention, they're worth 2 VPs each.
They are worth 2 VPs each.
Yeah. Right. Here comes Rhino. Now, Rhino's going to take this secure, leaving him free to pick up an extract later.
The nice thing about Rhino being here is he doesn't care as much about the stone as everyone else. Sure, he doesn't like it, but if he's taking damage, he is going to get the extra power anyway. So, at the end of the world, it's still not great.
Yeah, but still, bad. You know, of all the bad choices, it's not the least bad. Let's say.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely beats Shang-Chi being on a.
Cool. All right. Tailgunner's back up. Invincible Iron Man. So we should talk about Steve 3's leadership. Why don't you tell the folks at home what it does?
Yeah, Steve probably is the most aggressive of all the Avengers leaderships, whereas if you roll a hit on your attack roll, you can spend a power and choose another die face that you can modify, and you basically choose the die face. It means it's great for getting triggers, and just in general piling on the damage when you decide it's a good moment to do so.
Yeah.
Here comes Iron Man, who can push Rhino, but is very risky. So yeah, he's taking the more sensible approach and just deciding, I will contest this.
Right. He has damage reduction as well, doesn't he?
He does. He's got the build type of damage reduction where he can just reduce.
Pupper Papa's asking which leader Tailgunner chose, and it is Steve 3 because he has Avengers Assemble. So he went Avengers, even though it looks like a shield list too. Okay, Joe's moved up Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi's within range of an attack on Iron Man, so let's see how we do.
Yeah, he's going to do his Rising Phoenix kick to put him on the point. I don't love that if he gets stunned, but I do love that attack roll.
I do like that attack roll. Ooh, opening salvo to Joe. Woof! And he re-rolled into the crit rolled into another hit, so that's 5 hits into 2 saves, 2 go through because of the damage reduction.
Yeah. So not the end of the world for Tailgunner.
No.
Thankfully, he's got damage reduction. But yeah, that could have been bad.
Could have been bad. Absolutely. He rolled a decent save, so that's okay. But more importantly, now Shang-Chi's on the same point, and so its ownership goes back over to Joe.
Yeah, and unless he's double moving Vision or Cap South, it's hard to see if they'll even make it. So I would say that's probably going to be his point, but we'll see.
Yeah, good point. Because Tailgunner's run out of characters, which is maybe why Joe decided to go so wide, try to help score out faster. For people at home, Hellfire Club, the way its leadership works is at any point when a character is... does it have to be when the character finishes activating? It could be any point, any time, right? Yeah. Whenever you activate a character...
It's when a character finishes activating.
It finishes, okay. If you flip the card, the leadership card, then whoever's standing on a point can either... can do, what is it? Gets both the power and removes the damage?
And heals for 1.
Yeah.
And if they're not on a point, they take the damage and lose the power. But Emma gets the healing and power.
And that's for holding an extract as well.
Yeah, holding an extract counts for that.
Holding extract or securing a secure gives the character doing that the power and the damage reduction. Okay. Crimson Dynamo is waddling forward. Looking to use his thrusters, maybe? Maybe to go after Vision?
Yeah, he only needs one power to get the thrusters, so no reason not to do the beam. Maybe he gets lucky and gets the shock.
All right, here he goes. I guess this is into Vision first.
Yeah, it's got to be Vision.
Well, he's got the shock
Vision's
trigger.
probably blocked it, but yeah, that shock trigger is going to be a pain for Vision.
Shock is so annoying. Yeah, and Crimson just hands them out over and over and over again. It's so annoying. Peter is reminding me, he's in the chat. Peter is going to be going to the WTC on one of our English teams. We were at a practice event last weekend on Saturday, which was great, really helpful. And I got to play against him last game of the day. And I won't say what the situation was, but it was a strong team and played well. And also the dice gods were very much in favor of Peter that day. And I just bought him a pizza for lunch too. Some repayment, Peter. Thanks a lot, dude. Okay, so
Dice don't care about karma, that's for sure.
Crimson is finished, and looks like who is this? Yeah, Steve 3 decided to move up onto the Fisk point to contest it with Crimson Dynamo. So nobody owns it at the moment, and nobody will.
No, there will be the Avengers because Vision is also up there in the container.
Oh, is he counting up there? Yeah, okay, he's close enough. Fine, beg your pardon. All right, but it looks like Okoye is going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, probably. And she will surely also trigger the leadership.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, this is classic Hellfire move. If for round 1, everybody gets onto points or holds extracts, then the last character triggers leadership, so everybody gets lots of benefits. And typically, this will be also the opening move for the Hellfire player in round 2. Like the first character will do something and then trigger it because everybody is still on their points and holding their extracts for the most part, and so they get the leadership benefits. Although I have to say, sometimes when I'm playing against Thanos with Emma, I will intentionally leave people off points or whatever so they power up Emma so she can use her do not place ability, which is fantastic because it's 2 power, but she can do it multiple times. So if you give her a lot of power, then you can stop Thanos from screwing with like up to 2 of your guys. All right, that's the end of the round. 4 points to Joe for holding 2 scrolls and 1 point. Tailgunner gets...
I don't like that, Tailgunner. What are you doing?
Why is he getting 2 points, Tailgunner?
Tailgunner has 2 scrolls.
He must have a scroll somewhere else. I forget who else has it. Oh, yeah, the grunts. The grunts.
The grunts, yeah.
So let's quickly give people... What? Go on.
So you see, Tailgunner moved the Fisk to do a damage and stun Rhino and Shang-Chi there.
Okay.
If he just moved it off of them and not on Iron Man, then if he can't trigger the leadership without damaging his guys, the leadership's now just going to heal them. I'm not sure if the stun was worth it, is what I'm saying, because they're going to get the leadership trigger again, like you say, immediately. So I'm not sure if I love it, but we'll see if it pans out. The stun could be big. Right.
So is it either a trade for either putting stun on them or not letting them have the leadership bonuses, is what you're saying? And he chose to put the stun.
He just chose the stun and the heal. I mean, the heal's going to happen anyway.
All right, Cottle, we didn't introduce you probably before, but you are a dear friend of mine because you were here in London when the game released, and it was just you, me, Pat, and Sasha, for the most part, playing MCP and trying to get the meta growing. Do you remember?
I do. Good times. I remember that first event, the first kind of core box release day where we got our fancy cards for Captain America 1.
Yeah.
And Red Skull in the Dark Sphere in Waterloo.
Yeah, it was in Waterloo still. Yeah. It was great. And we were there, and we're still struggling with the pandemic. We were still in and out of lockdowns, but we held it together. and you help teach new people alongside us. And we're regular, like a regular, like every week came regardless in there, and we would play our game. Back then, sometimes we'd only play one game because we were still going so slow. And you hung in there and helped the scene blossom, absolutely. And when you came to the Belgian Masters with me in 22, I guess, we went there for War Machine, but we brought our MCP stuff and we showed the Belgians MCP. Remember, you and me?
Yeah, it was a good night too.
Yeah, it was great fun as always.
I'm sorry I woke you up, by the way.
That was so funny. He kept wandering in and out of my room to find more beers and people to drink with. He was like, "Are you still here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still here sleeping." He goes, "Okay, I'm going back out." Okay.
Belgian Masters is such a good event.
Good times.
I haven't been there. No, I was there in one of the years post-pandemic. But yeah, I haven't been since they've actually started playing MCP. So maybe I'll get down there this year. We'll see.
Yeah, they're doing it again in March in Leopold, Leopoldsburg, I think it's called. It's a slightly different place, but apparently really, really comfortable.
Anyway,
place.
I think Medusa's just after whacking
Crimson.
Crimson. I don't think she got the damage, but she did get the push.
Right.
Or she got enough power to do the throw, but I don't see damage on anyone, so.
Yeah, so she has an attack with a trigger that pushes the character medium or short? Short. And
short, yeah.
Yeah, she pushed Crimson out of the way, sort of off center there, and then I think used her second action just to climb up there onto the point. Or did she get teleported up there somehow?
Oh, maybe she used Royal Decree.
Yeah. So she hopped over Vision to go onto the point, and then went ahead and attacked Crimson again with 3 shields.
Push him away. Ooh, yeah, that's. Oh my God, Joe.
Joe rolling.
He has eaten
5 shields. Okay.
But I don't think she got her trigger this time. Although, no, that she didn't. Unfortunate, because that has a very nice beam there for Crimson if he wants to activate now.
Yeah, this is the problem with Crimson. And even if he doesn't damage, he throws all those shocks on everybody. It's brutal. Yeah. So Crimson, and he's got damage reduction as well. So he's taken absolutely no damage.
Yeah, those 2 attacks, which is rough. He didn't get his flurry trigger either, or we missed it. But either way, he's done no damage. So if he got the flurry trigger, it didn't.
Cuddle, you've got a fan club going on in the chat. There's Charmer Cork, who's Charmer Cork, who's
Nick,
very beautiful man, and you have PHP Chrono apparently.
How to feel about that?
Talking rosters. Look at you, so promiscuous.
Yeah, no, we were. I mystery. All right.
You're like Spider Woman. You've got like 4 different affiliations going at any one time. Or 5. Does she have 5?
I mean, best way to play the game, right? Ooh, Spider-Woman, Hydra, Webs, Shield. I want to say Avengers, A-Force. Yeah, 5. Maybe she's not Avenger, though.
I don't know. Somebody will tell us in the chat. All right. Crimson did exactly that. He used his power to use his little jets to port himself up too. And now he's showing the beam. I think.
And he's getting the agents. Maybe he's not getting the agents. Maybe he can't see them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think their line of sight is blocked, but maybe not. But I think so. Maybe we'll see. So the agents might be safe, but the Vision, Medusa, and who's hiding back here? Captain America are all gonna get blasted now. It's Captain America first. 5 hits into 1 save. Joe sacrificed the right animals tonight. So Charmer Cork, is that Nick Cork from Brighton?
Nick Cork from Brighton.
Look at that. God damn, look at that. 4 out of 6 hit points already, plus shock. Yeah.
Plus shock, yeah.
Crimson is a menace. I guess Medusa next. We'll see. 4 hits. Casual 4 hits to no saves. Reroll because of her inhuman She's an inhuman reroll. She sells into 1 save, so there's that. So she's taking 3 points of damage. But,
Yeah, that's still not great.
and then vision. Only 2 hits that time. He saves them both.
And he's blocked it, yeah. He didn't care about missing the shot on this one because it's already shot, of course.
Mm. Wow. Pretty good, Crimson. And that was only 1 action, right? So he's got another one to go.
He's going to do it again, yeah. He's just rolled 1 dice, so I guess the agents must have taken 1. Or must be enriched. No, we're going probably back down the line here. So
Is he just doing it again?
I think Steve is okay. I think this is Medusa going down.
It's 4. Yeah. 4 hits into 1 save. Yep. Well, at least she had activated. Although she didn't do terribly much.
No.
Haha, Lucas is here looking for WTC. Looking for WTC insights. So, Connell, when we did our practice event in Bristol, we did use Longshanks, even though it wasn't that necessary. And Joe put into the list thing, you know, where you can put your roster. He wrote, "Nice try, Lucas."
I mean, I'll say this to you, Lucas. Okay, so it looks like he did get the agents there.
Yeah, I guess the agents were in the beam.
If he got all of these models off of his teammates, they've done something wrong. So I doubt he's playing Hellfire, but we'll see. I could be wrong.
So again, nice try, Lucas. So the shield agents died, and they dropped their token where Tailgunner wanted them, because that's part of their abilities, and that is Crimson done. Whew, pretty impactful activation there.
And I think he's put the scroll right beside Captain America so that he can just immediately pick it up. Or maybe Vision will pick it up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They're rolling dice, so somebody attacking Okoye?
4 dice. It could be Captain America, given his shock. Could be Vision, given his shock. Doesn't help matters. Guess we'll know as soon as power goes in someone here.
Yeah.
Although it looks like they probably haven't done damage, so never mind. We don't.
Okay. All right.
Gotta love martial artists, right?
Yeah. Good point. Oh, Okoye. This is a second attack coming in. 2 hits into no saves.
2 blocks.
No, 2 blocks. Sorry, if it's Okoye. Yeah, 2 blocks. So nothing. Oh man,
Tailgunner again.
Really farting.
It looks like it might have been Vision though, because he's putting power on him now. He's putting power on him even though he hasn't done damage. Vision, of course, has the flat gainer on his beam. So I would suspect he's probably just gonna throw Crimson away and pick up that scroll and call it a day. Hope it doesn't push him.
Right. Yep, sure enough. Because Vision can throw size 3 or 4?
I think it's 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be played a lot more if it was 4, even though he is slightly out of favor at the moment. Or what is going on?
I'm not sure, but Tailgunner's done 3 hits into 1 save, or the other way around. Not sure.
Oh, I know what's happened. He's beamed through Medusa because he doesn't care because she's dazed. So obviously he gets hit.
Okay. Got it. The beam is the spender?
No, the beam says builder, gainer.
Gainer, okay.
Thank you, PHP. It is a size 3 throw.
Size 3 throw. Thanks, dude.
Which, of course, is enough for Crimson. So I'm sure he would have liked some damage, but, he's getting the desired effect, at least. It is a risk that now either Emma or Okoye will just kill Steve, but I suppose he's decided to take that risk.
So he's finally gotten 2 hit points through on Okoye. Wow.
Yeah, he had to use the leadership to do it because she did get a block there.
Mm-hmm. And now here's the
Into
throw.
Emma.
Into Emma, yeah.
She doesn't have enough power, so that's good. Because of course she could ignore it if she had the power for her telekinetic whatever thingy. But yeah, she's gonna eat it or he'll brace. I don't think I brace in this situation.
Can she change though into her other form like this, or
I think that's limited to attack rolls.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so she's gonna eat a 4 damage throw.
The way Joe's been blocking, he'll probably get the 2 blocks on his 2 dice though. So we'll see.
Cottle, you are also one of the co-hosts of a great podcast on Spotify called Rapid Fire. Why don't you tell everybody about your latest project, which is really exciting?
So I love WTC. That's where me and Angus decided to do this. And like the podcast is, it goes, all 4 damage. Nice.
All 4 damage go on to Emma. Wow, 4 out of 6 hit points.
Good. But yeah, so me and Angus, we decided that we would do this podcast at last WTC because both of us had kind of wanted to do one, but never really found someone else who was, willing to push people to do it. But it's more or less focused on team play because that's how we both best enjoy MCP. So about 3 months ago now, I had the crazy idea, that we would interview all of the WTC captains, and Angus said, it's a great idea. I love it. And this is the great thing about having Angus. He is so enthusiastic about everything. He always, help and push us on. And so, yeah, we've done it. We've interviewed all 42 captains. It was a bit of a struggle there at the end, but we've got them all. Not edited yet. There is still 1 to go, but I'll have that done shortly. And yeah, they should all be out by the end of this week. So
love it. It's been really a real treat to listen to everybody. In particular, I noticed. I'm just trying to think before I make my comment. Who is throwing? It's Joe's go, and I'm not sure who's activating. It's maybe Emma.
Whoever it is, they have. Yeah, don't know.
Crushed it. Yeah.
Really good hit. Oh yeah, that's capped down.
How did she? I guess she can see his base just a bit because she has a range 4 attack. Yeah, so that's what it is.
I think that must.
She totally wrecked Steve 3, man. Look at that, 5 hits into 1 save. That's Steve 3 wrecked.
I mean, this is not going great for Tailgunner at the moment. I mean, when you're the 1 fewer in terms of models, you really got to be on that attrition, and he's not. His attack dice have been pretty abysmal.
Yeah. And Joe's on fire.
And Joe's have been on fire.
It's the blue die roller, Cottle. It's the blue die roller.
Yeah, that was in this 8 dice mystic to do 2 damage, so that was probably going to happen. But yeah, it's not going great for Tailgunner.
Now, can she see through the building to vision? Like, why is she attacking vision now?
That is a weird one. I don't think she should, but I mean, if they've agreed, then
yeah, not sure.
He's blocked it anyway, so
it's weird.
But yeah, that is a weird one.
Okay. One of the things I loved about the series so far, well, 2 things in particular. Yeah. One is that you've asked everyone where do they think they're going to end up in the standings, and I don't think, except for like 1 or 2 exceptions, who are like the fun teams, everybody seems to be in the top 10 or so. There's about 30 people in the top 10.
It's not quite that many, but yeah, there's definitely a few. I think.
While you're looking at that, well, I'll tell people he's keeping a stats sheet, which is great. So him and Angus have put down all the standings people said that they're going to come in, and so after the event's over, he'll put the actual standings in there. We'll see how close people got.
12 people have said they will come in the top 10. So
12 people. Okay.
Unfortunately, 2 of them will be wrong.
Okay. And the other one, I think the hero of the cast series, I haven't heard the last few that are still to come, of course, but is the Swedish Leftovers guy. He was so cool.
Yeah, no, everyone's been super cool. Everyone's been really nice. It would be like very difficult for me to pick a favorite.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna be impartial here. They're all equally cool children. But yeah, if you haven't listened to it yet, please do pick, your local team and listen to that one because I worked it out today. If you were going to listen to all of them, it's 3.5 hours. So like that's a lot of listening to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pick a few, see how you like it, and listen to a few here and there. They're all really short. They're like between 5 and 10 minutes. It's a great bite-sized things. If you're interested in that.
So Iron Man is attacking, I think it's Rhino, could be Shang-Chi. And I'm like, oh, Tailgunner got a decent hit, 5 hits. But meanwhile, Joe rolls 3 saves. It's such a kick in the nuts.
It looks like it's actually 5 blocks if that was Shang-Chi because he's taking no damage on Rhino.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Oh my god.
it was Shang-Chi, yeah. Now, why did Iron Man move? Is that part of the attack? I haven't played Iron Man 2.
If he did his $1 billion punch, he could have, but yeah, and now Shang has done the ability to throw him afterwards.
Shang-Chi is so obnoxious, man.
And unfortunately, Tailgunner didn't get the throw trigger on his $1 billion punch, so yeah, this is not great.
The dice gods are shitting all over Croatia right now. They're just taking a massive dump on the country. And Tailgunner is just like, why? Why?
He just expects to be there, yeah.
He's just like, I should have moved. He's attacking again with, oh my god, 2 blanks and 2 skulls. The crit rolls into another crit at least, but so that was into Rhino. Rhino has damage reduction, so only 1 damage actually goes through on Rhino.
And it gives him 2 power. Yeah, that's.
Yep, that's he's got power for robbery and picking up the token.
Yep. Yeah, no, this is not going great right now for Tailgunner.
Poor Tailgunner. I don't think he's doing anything wrong. It's just stuff is not happening.
No, although that said, the attack into Rhino is probably. I mean, I'm not going to say a mistake because he can't push Shang off the point where he is. So if he gets 1 wild, but he hasn't activated. No, I'm going to say that last attack was unfortunately a mistake. That's it. I don't think he's got a better option given. But yeah.
Joe's back up. He's just looking to move Toad. Oops. Let's see. What is he up to? It's interesting that he's going over that direction. I wonder what he's up to.
Yeah, I think he needs another body on the point because Vision is still contesting.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Just the 1 person.
And he's safe up there because poor Tailgunner's got nobody able to activate.
He's also got a Koi there to protect Toad now in a second.
Oh, of course.
When he's on the point.
Yeah.
If he gets the push, he can just knock Vision off this point and be fine there then.
So I think Toad's actually attacked somebody.
Yeah, he was attacking Vision, I guess, to try and get the push. Because then, obviously, he doesn't need to be on the point, but he missed, so he is.
He didn't get it. So he moved once, attacked once, and then had enough power to do his hop, and that's why he got on the point in that last move there. Hop of 2. And, right, Tailgunner / activation. Nick Fury Jr., who has one of the scrolls.
Yeah, I think Rhino's going to rob him.
So matter of fact, got on no emotion whatsoever.
Well, I mean, it's going to happen unless Fury decides to kill Rhino, which is possible. He can see him, and Rhino can't see Fury at the moment. It is very unlikely, of course, because of the damage reduction, but I mean, Tailgunner needs a spike.
Yeah.
He needs something to get. And at the moment, this could be it.
So he's attacking Rhino because Rhino's size 4, so he can see him over this bulldozer. 4 hits, not
Did he get
bad.
the pierce?
He's got a pierce. Is that what he said?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Rhino's got 2, so that's only 2 damage. That's not great.
4, yeah, with the damage reduction, goes down to 2, so he'll be on 3 out of 7, if I'm reading this correctly. Yep.
Yeah.
And now is on 8 power. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't think that matters because once he gets the
5.
enough power to rob, and it doesn't really matter anymore.
Well, he could throw stuff.
I mean, he can throw stuff now. He might just decide to kill Fury now in a second instead.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, he needs the power. He needs the swing now, so it doesn't matter that he's got the extra power.
Joe is taking a look to see if he wants to trigger aggressive off of Rhino, and he does. So he gets to move towards the attacker short and gets to climb up on this thing, which is bad for shield because
very, very intimidating for Fury.
Yeah. All right, second attack going into Rhino. Come on, spike it. Come on, Tailgunner. Let's go. 8 hits. No, 4 blanks.
Oh.
Stinkeroonie.
And now even if he could spend a power for the pierce, he decides not to. Yeah.
Right.
Fair.
What you mean by that is he could have spent a power to change one of the results into a wild, which on his attack is a pierce. So that's part of the leadership, Steve 3 leadership. But why bother with that save? 2 saves, it's pointless. You're just wasting power.
Yeah, it's just 1 more damage on Rhino for next turn. But I mean, I think we just know what's going to happen now. Fury's going to go out to the sidelines here. And
it's going to be sent off to Africa. Yep. Or is he going to power slide? Yeah. No, he can't do that yet.
I think he's looking at the throw the bulldozer into Iron Man.
Maybe. Let's see who rolls.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So that would be 4 damage coming in onto somebody. Let's see who. Oh, good save, though.
Oh, Iron Man does not give a shit.
No, he saw it coming. He totally saw it coming.
Yeah.
He totally ducked. He ducked and it went right over his head. Or actually, with his jets, he probably just flew up into the air. WTC list lock is this Friday evening, so just 2 days from now. Lists will be checked on Saturday morning and then released to the public on Longshanks in the WTC 2024 Longshanks entry. So be on the lookout for that. That's your moment, Lucas. That's when you can look, not before. Freaking guy.
You got your list locked in, Norbert?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now. Did a lot of practice events, so I'm feeling okay. Not great, but I mean, I'm locked. Right, here's the robbery. Nick is thrown to Africa as far as possible. He's like
that's not great.
A couple of millimeters off the board edge. Rhino picks up the token and still has 2 actions to go. First, he rolls the scroll. He fails the scroll roll, so Tailgunner is going to move him short. towards Nick Judy. Come over here.
Follow Fury, yeah.
See if Rhino decides to pop him in the head or walk away.
He's going to go hit Iron Man, yeah.
So he has enough power he could slide. Oh, no, he's used all his power. Beg your pardon.
Oh, he's used all the power, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm wondering if Lucas is going to bring like a spreadsheet of matchups, pairings, and stuff like that. Like, the tech.
He is going to pop him in the head. Interesting.
He's going to pop Nick. Poof. Just 2 hits into 2 saves. Let's see if the crit rolls into anything. It does. 3 hits into 2 saves. So Nick will take 1, which is fine. Places within 1, so he's going to be just a bit closer. So looks like he's just going to leave Rhino over there because he's got a scroll. He could take Nick off the board. Or is he going to walk away now with his second action?
I think he's going to walk away now because he was measuring to being outside of 3, and now Nick has nothing to do next turn. Except for
Stagger.
walk and shoot someone once, yeah, effectively.
Yeah.
And he's got Shang-Chi to try and kill Iron Man, so yeah, he doesn't really need another body on the point. Rhino now having the scroll is going to benefit from the leadership anyway. So
Oh, yeah. Good point. All right, Shang-Chi's going to go have his way with Iron Man now.
Come on, Tony.
Hang in there. Hang in there, man.
Ooh, nope. Tony doesn't like magic. I forgot about that.
3. Oh, yeah. 4 hits into no saves.
No save.
Damage reduction will go in, so he'll take 3, which puts him on 5 out of 6. Shang-Chi's got another attack and a stagger. Thank you, Use Bio. Boop, there's the stagger.
Don't even attack him now, do you? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't have paid for the reduction actually if I was going to get staggered. Probably not worth keeping that activation.
What's this? Is there a push involved?
Yeah, he's going to do his 1-inch punch. And he's going to get stunned as well. Fun.
Because he hits it when he hits a piece of terrain with that.
He hits a piece of terrain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So staggered and stunned. Yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't use the second action at all. Just let him sit there and be sad.
Yeah.
See, folks, this is an important lesson if you're new to this game. You do not necessarily have to do everything that you possibly could. You got to think about what makes sense in the overall board state and what your win conditions are. Oh, we're streaming the WTC, Coddle. That's happening.
Ooh,
professional casuals coming over. We've got Harry from London also coming over to help them with doing the kind of play-by-plays on the tables. So
Moonshoe's happy?
Yes. Yeah. Your buddy Harry.
Love Harry.
Yeah. He's coming over to do that. So people will be able to tune in. We start, unfortunately, it'll be European time, 6 hours ahead of New York time. So you may not be able to catch the morning sessions, although I'm sure they'll put it up on YouTube eventually. But if you're in America, you'll be able to catch rounds 3 and 4. No, sorry, round 3. It's 3 rounds per day for six possible total, possibly only 5 the way the paradowns work. Okay, Okoye going into Vision to wrap things up for round 2. And looks like he's going to save that first attack. Which is...
Yeah, no damage.
This is just gravy for Joemanji.
Yeah, this is all gravy. He's had 3 activations of gravy.
Yeah. Vision takes 1.
He sneaks through a damage. Yeah, that's fine.
1 damage from the second action, and that'll be the end of the round. Shang-Chi needs a little tick mark. Joe, get it done. There he is. Got it done. Oof. Brutal. Round 2.
Yeah, it was not good.
I don't think Tailgunner really could have done much about it.
I think, unfortunately, a lot of it was just dice. I feel like if he had gotten some damage with his vision beams or with Medusa's attacks, like if Crimson doesn't get to activate there, it's a whole different ballgame, right? Because Crimson did all of the damage to Medusa and 4 of the damage to Steve. So, you're putting decent attacks into him with the leadership. There was an out there, but yeah, at the moment, this is Joe's game to lose, unfortunately, because he just needs to hold on to his extracts and score 1 of those fists. And Tailgunners put them both together, which I guess makes them easier to protect. But now he really needs to make sure that he does, in fact, score them.
Okay. So that's 11 points to Joemanji, 3 to Tailgunner at the start of round 3. 5 points away. Joe could definitely do it this round if things go poorly. So it's do or die for Tailgunner. And Tailgunner going first. So what is happening here? Looks like a throw or something? or
Yeah, he's
push.
looking at the.
Who's acting here? Who's throwing this guy?
I think Medusa's the only one that can do it at that range without making an attack. So it's
Okay.
probably Medusa.
Medusa has a character throw, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Again, size 3, within range 3. So her throw is actually fantastic. It's like Doc Ock's.
Yeah.
Although I believe it's only characters. And now we're punching Toad.
Yeah. Medusa now
Um,
punching Toad, who has a token, but of course can, what's it called?
yeah,
Running
here comes
away.
the bodyguard.
Bodyguard as well. Yes,
Uh,
looks like bodyguard. It looks like a bodyguard's going to go in. What's this? Slippery. He's just going to slippery away anyway.
okay. Tailgunner's just got a Koei, which is good. He needs that.
Oh yeah, look at that. 3 hits into literally no saves. So Okoye is going down. Now, how much power does he have? 6 power. What's their spender like? Is it like gonna take down Toad?
It's not what. No, because it's an area attack, so it'll just hurt his guys more. But if he does the attack now into Toad, and gets the flurry trigger, she would get that.
Ooh.
Or who gets the slippery. So.
Oh, for God's sake, Tailgunner! Give us some. What the hell did you do? Man.
It's not that bad. I mean, he's got a reroll. He doesn't have the flurry trigger though.
You know what this is?
Yeah.
He's just sandbagging. So when he shows up at the WTC, people don't take him seriously. They're like, "Oh, this is this Joker that got completely wrecked on stream."
I mean, if he's the Joker that got wrecked on stream by the dice, that's that's not his fault. We've all been wrecked by dice.
I think he's rolling bad dice on purpose. Like he's got his special like.
Normally people hack them on for the other reason.
No, this is sandbagging at its finest. All right, so he managed to get 2 damage into Toad somehow. And
yeah, it looks like he's probably used the trigger off Steve's leadership to get him wild. So he would.
Right. Thank you.
Thank
you. Nas Williams is on the case. Yes, he said the same thing about the leadership, Steve leadership giving an extra hit to Medusa's attack. So that's why 2 went through on Toad, but of course he's just going to go ahead and slippery away with his extract, which is what that aggravating character does all the time.
Fair and balanced, Norbert. It's fair and balanced.
2 threat. What's the?
But now you get it.
What? This is Royal Decree.
We're about to see this. We're going to see a Royal Decree.
Yeah.
Put Steve in range. Hopefully, he didn't measure that. I would have loved to see a measurement stick check on that. And she can do it for vision as well to put him in range with Shang.
Right.
If he wanted to.
So Royal Decree is she can either move herself over somebody or she can move somebody else over her. And that's what she did to Steve. So he's now on the point, and there she goes spending it again to move herself off of Steve onto the point. Both of them are injured though. Let's be
both of them are injured, so that's not the best. But, I mean, it's still good enough.
Did she do it a 3rd time? Did she have that much power?
Yeah, I didn't think she did. It happened. Maybe.
Sorry.
She made 2 attacks. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Maybe she had another power that he just didn't put on her because he was going to do that a bunch. But
yeah.
Oh, you see, and yeah, here he is, just outside of 3. Now, Steve, of course, does have charge, but it means he is getting off the point.
Yeah.
As previously stated, he is injured, so that's not the end of the world.
That's it, Connell. You're right. See, you're thinking this through. This is how you have to think, just quietly. You have to do it your inside voice when you're playing against a good opponent, right? You don't want to give him that kind of intel.
Yeah, and this is the thing. When you're talking through a game by yourself to your opponent, you might actually be giving them ideas.
Yes, precisely. I don't say anything. I don't measure anything ahead of time. I'm a little stoic in my games, and I hope it doesn't come across as being a bad sportsman. But I'm thinking so hard the entire time. I have no bandwidth for witty banter for the most part. I'm very happy to talk ahead of the game and after the game, particularly after the game. But I'm thinking through all this stuff, and I can't tip my hand because I'm barely hanging on typically in a game as it is.
talking yourself down, Robert. You've had a string of fantastic results with the X-Men this year.
Yeah, X-Men's been really fun. I love playing X-Men so much. I just wish they wouldn't get clobbered so easily. God damn it.
I know your pain. I know your pain.
It's exactly like from Song of Ice and Fire films when they had that fantastic scene between the Mountain and the Viper. Do you remember that scene? It's so good.
I do.
And it's just like I'm the Viper. You know, I got to keep dancing and remembering to keep dancing even until the bitter end, which is not what happened in the film. Because otherwise you you just get demolished. If you take one punch, it's all over.
Oof. Speaking of the punch, here comes Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
He's just charged in. Who is he gonna go for?
On the topic of Chinese things, on Sunday I'm going to go to a new, for me, new dim sum restaurant on Sunday, which I'm thrilled about. Yeah, I love dim sum. And here's the hit. 3 hits, including a crit into, good, 2 saves. That's not bad. Crit doesn't roll into anything, so 2 hit points are going through on vision.
It does. It's
what?
It has converted, so that's 2 damage.
Yeah. 4 out of 6 on vision. NASA is saying the Mountain in this case is Senior Thanos, and that is 100% correct. Oh god, that's such a good analogy. My little X-Men are dancing around like the Viper. Senior Thanos just goes boom. Shang-Chi's attack allows you to then push somebody. It could be anybody. It doesn't have to be the target. That happened to me at the UK Nations, the Sunday event. I was like, what? Medusa's just minding her own business. And all of a sudden gets pushed off the point. Like, what the fuck? Man. UK Nations was also the first time I played against the new Asgard, which was against you, you rat bastard.
Such a great game, though.
It was a great game. Actually, I bitched about the entire time, and you had O'Reilly standing next to you being your cheerleader, which was obnoxious on top of it. And I managed to hold out. It was going to be a turn 6 win if you didn't manage to take out my final 2 guys, which of course you did. But it's still a turn 6 win, and that would have been pretty fun. So, yeah, that was good.
No, it was super close. I think you get to 15 on turn 5.
Yeah.
I had to stop you scoring everything.
That's so annoying. I was so close.
It looks like Vision survived.
Yeah.
Which is great.
4 out of 6. Yay.
In with a chance.
Medusa's off the point, though. Not that it matters too much. Vision is healthy, right? So currently
Vision is still healthy.
Nobody owns that
For
point.
how long? He is.
Why did Steve get stunned just now? Is that part of the Shang-Chi attack?
He pushed by Shang-Chi's other attack, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So the second action went into Steve. He didn't take any damage, but the triggers went off, so he got stunned, and now it looks like he's getting pushed into the...
No, I think he did attack Vision again, but he's triggering the punch on Steve.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because that attack is stupid. But
cool.
Anyway.
Cool. That's awesome. That Vision survived. Clutch for Martin. Tailgunner. Okay, looks like Joe just triggered the leadership card. So everybody's getting power and damage as appropriate. So let me finish about the Chinese restaurant. So dim sum I like in general, but this place specializes, a Taiwanese place for some reason. But it's famous for soup dumplings, which are, I think it's called Xiao Long Bao. I hope I said that right. Xiao Long Bao. If you haven't had soup dumplings yet, it's a Shanghai specialty, Coddle. See, even in Dublin, if you can get a hold of it, if they're done well, it is like a little piece of heaven on your plate. Man, oh man, are they delicious. They are so good. And I actually was in China on a tour before COVID, and we were in Shanghai, and it was part of like a foodie tour. So we did sightseeing and also doing like foodie type stuff. And so one of the foodie things that we did in Shanghai was to make our own soup dumplings, which was great. It was super fun. And I made a whole huge pile of them, and I ate them all. It was so good.
I do love that when you do that foodie tour thing, when you get to make the local thing and eat it all. It's very good. All right, Steve going into Rhino. I think he really does need to kill Rhino here, because otherwise Rhino's gonna get vision.
How did he move? Did he have to move himself? Or charge?
No, he didn't charge.
Charge, yeah. So he did charge. He's a range 3 attack. That's pretty good. But only 3 hits into 1 save with damage reduction means only 1 goes through.
Yeah, he could pay for the leadership to get another 1 if he wanted to. So he could push through another 1. Oh, Tony's re-rolling some of these. Yeah, another hit. Okay, cool.
How did the reroll happen? Is this...
Tony's using Jarvis.
Oh, okay. So Iron Man is helping Steve.
Yep.
Okay,
and
cool.
No one to do his shield bounce into. 2 more damage. Come on, Cap. You're supposed to be able to do this all day, right? Here comes the aggressive.
So aggressive is going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would do the aggressive if I was Joe here. I believe Cap Spender is really good into the big boys if he gets close enough.
Who's Spender?
Captain America. He's going to...
Is it only range 2?
Yeah, it's range 3, so you can do it anyway. So yeah, the aggressive probably is fine in this instance then.
Yeah, he's going after Iron Man. Iron Man only has 1 hit point left. It's on you, Steve.
Yeah, I wonder why he didn't use the Spender in the first instance.
I don't know. NASA is saying he has superior weight training on the Spender. Okay.
Yeah, he adds the target size.
Oh, that's good. Ooh.
But again, he's not using it. He's doing Battle Plan instead. And this is going to be... he's getting a lot of characters. So that's good. I think I'd rather Days Rhino. But, maybe he'll still get it. Dice are being rolled. Oh, God, that's a whiff. Yeah, big block.
Tailgunner. What? Honestly. What? Oh, God.
It removes the stagger from Tony. That's good. Tony's now going to be dead, so it's irrelevant.
Tailgunner should have sent some money into Carl's Patreon before this match. Carl being the lead developer and master of all the code of this mod.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl. We love the mod.
We love the mod. If you don't know about Carl's secret Patreon, you may want to try to dig into the dark web about that.
Yeah. Good night, Tony.
Good night, Tony. Is that what you said? You are a brutal. You have no emotional intelligence whatsoever, sir.
I have emotional intelligence.
It's all bad. Just bad emotional intelligence.
You might listen to it later. In which case,
Martin, I feel bad for you. Unlike my co-host, I am going to empathize with your plight.
I have empathy for this, but fortunately, Vision can be immune to collision damage, so this throw is not going to do much if he can swap.
Oh yeah, he's got power. He could swatch or use brace either way. Coddle, strategic question for you. NASA Williams is asking if Fisk is a normal secure for Hellfire Club.
No, I believe Martin brought this.
Yes, correct.
So it is not. I don't think Fisk is normal for anyone, to be honest. It's such a weird crisis to be playing, and I think that's why Martin's bringing it.
You're weird.
And Avengers. No, Avengers are like the mid-range team, and no one wants to be playing this Crisis. So Avengers are probably one of the best teams at it because they're so good at
Plus, Hulk
pretty
is
much
immune to
everything.
stun.
Yeah, Hulk being great at this Crisis. Unfortunately, I don't think Hulk is in the roster.
No, I'm just saying in
For
general. If you're playing Avengers, you could play also Hulk.
You could play Hulk. You can also play original Thor, who is an Avenger, who is immune to stun as well. Wolverine, another Avenger immune to stun. So plenty
Is
of
he an
options
Avenger,
in this
Wolverine?
roster.
I didn't think he was. Okay.
Yeah,
Wolverine won. We should be clear.
yeah, OC Wolverine.
All right. So that's oh god, Joe does 4 hits and wipes out. Is it Tony that he wiped out?
Oh, he already got Tony. This is Vision.
It's Bishop. Vision, rather. Yeah, who had a token. Oh god. All right, this is gonna be the last round. I better finish this whiskey. How's your White Russian doing? Oh yeah.
I had to drink it in sympathy for Tony. I feel like Tony watched Big Lebowski, right?
Oh, Mike DeLuca is in the chat. Look at all these U.S. guys trying to get tech just before list lock. Get out of here. What a bunch of skunks.
Jover. Oh, Mike, that pun. That pun
I
is
know,
worth
Jover.
Yeah.
This is Jover. I don't need Joe's tech. Wow, Jumoke throwing down the gauntlet. He's not taking anybody's bullshit.
Only Lucas.
No, him and Lucas are on the same team. It's like the
Lucas
bullshit
needs
American
tech.
team.
He gets it, then Luca doesn't need it. Lucas will do the spreadsheet for him.
Okay.
Oh dear. Yeah, here comes Crimson. Because why not?
Here comes Crimson to save the day.
He doesn't even need to save the day. He just needs to go stand on a point. Because unfortunately, Mark, Tailgunner's only healthy character is Nick Fury, who is on the other side of the board. So there's unfortunately nothing he can do.
Oh,
it looks like
DeLuca's making a good point. If he wins, if Mike wins his match tomorrow, which puts him into the he'll be 6-0, which is amazing. But the only other undefeated would be another American, which is Pastrami.
Congrats to our overlord and savior Johnny for going 6-0 in our bracket once again.
Goddamn European imposter, pastrami.
Goddamn imposters. Yeah.
They don't eat pastrami in Europe, for Christ's sake. I mean, what kind of code name is that?
Oh, I love pastrami. What are you talking about?
Pastrami's great. You get it in Ireland? Oh.
You can get it anywhere. You can make it if you were so inclined. I think the best one I ever had was in London when a friend of mine, his wife, made her own pastrami, and it was
wow. Damn. That's a good friend. What the hell was that, Joe? What did Joe just do? He moved Emma forward and then back again? What is he just fucking around?
I think at this point he's just teabagging. I don't know. And not good. He didn't need Emma to be there, so Toad's gonna score all that with Rhino and Chang. So it's game. Very much game.
Oh my god. Poor Tailgunner. Completely mauled here. I don't even think you could blame this one on Hellfire Club. The lead, people...
No, I think this was his dice. His dice at the start when he needed, to do work into Crimson, just didn't show up, and then they basically didn't show up anywhere else.
Yeah,
Crimson had great dice. Rhino, Rhino and Shang did all the work on the bottom, and that was enough to kind of seal the deal.
Yeah,
and then the placement of the fist. I don't think Martin did himself any favors.
Okay, well, I mean, sure, that error didn't help, but I don't think that was like a clutch problem that lost him the game.
No.
All right, should we jump into their channel and have a few questions?
Sounds good. I'll see you there.
See you over there. Thanks, buddy. All right, guys, if you got questions, do put them into the chat. We will endeavor to ask them. Lucas, you're not going to be able to ask about the rosters they're bringing to the WTC, so don't even bother. Here we go. Hello, boys.
Hello, Mr. Norbert.
Hello.
Hey, Norbert.
Hello. I got demoted. I spent, you know how many years I spent in graduate school to get my degree, and now I'm just a mister. Son of a bitch. Oh, where are you, Coddle? You here?
I'm here.
Cool. Thank you both for letting us stream the match tonight. We're going to start with Tailgunner. Martin, my friend, I don't know who you've upset, but you need to reevaluate your life choices because, damn, it wasn't pretty tonight.
Nope. I was joking with Joe. We ended up at 3-3, which I can legitimately say I think this was like one of the worst games I've had in MCP in my career. But yeah, it was just, I think, a combination of like Joe obviously played extremely well, but also my dice were cold as hell.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Like Dynamo after that first beam where he hit like 20 out of 20 dice. And then my clapback was non-existent, but what can you do?
Yeah. Martin, before I forget, let me ask you. You were lucky enough to, unfortunately, you were at the WTC last year with your team from Croatia, which was awesome. I literally have your little pin here. I'm going to put it up on the screen really quick so people can see. I have the little pin of the Croatian flag that you gave me, which is so cool. I have it on my desk. I see it all the time.
Nice.
Your team, unfortunately, couldn't get it together for this year. However, I think I definitely hooked you up with another team, but I can't remember the country. Can you remind us?
Yes, of course. So it is from a team from Poland, which I will be joining as a merc.
Okay, fantastic. How's your Polish?
I guess it's pretty similar to Croatian, so we can manage.
Get out, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's some similarities. Just
it's
like all.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. I'm so glad you're coming, though, because you're a fantastic dude, great player. You're going to do great work with that Polish team, so I'm looking forward to seeing you there. So tell us a little bit about your roster. You've got a split between Avengers and Shield. Why did you design it that way? How do you decide which affiliation to go with?
Yeah, so the roster, like when I was starting out with the new core set, when I was looking at the new characters, I really liked the new Captain America and thought, okay, which characters can utilize his leadership well? And then I figured out, well, a lot of these characters also fit into Shield. So that was where the idea was born. And then they kind of want to play a bit of different scenarios. Like, yeah, you still want to shoot people in both leaderships, but it's really up to the tactics cards which you want to play. So that's kind of how I base my decision which leadership to go with. Like you could have easily played Shield here, but I just feel that Avengers Assemble and Battle Plan are a bit more useful here to kind of group everyone up on the points and remove conditions. So yeah, and then Vision has been really good in Avengers for me, especially like into Asgard. He's been doing great work. Medusa, usually she rolls at least one trigger, so then with the leadership you can convert the other one and get some flurries off. This game, unfortunately, not so much. And then, yeah, like the roster just has a lot of trigger-based displacement with Steve 3 that you can pretty consistently pull off. Or in case of, if you go with Shield, then you have a bunch of rerolls that you can use and to do damage with.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's a crisis-dependent situation that you have here. But okay, and people are super curious. Why do you have Fisk in your roster?
Why Fisk? So it's mostly a central fight, and as I said, like you can play either Battlefield Medicine or Battle Plan to kind of remove the stuns. A lot of the characters that you're dealing with don't really care about being stunned because they have gainers. So like Fury, Commandos, Vision, Iron Man, even like no one really cares that much about being stunned. Vision also gets a lot of his power from there. And yeah, like I said, you have displacement here in this roster. I had Iron Man, Vision, and Medusa, who can all push people or throw people away. So that's the idea. But in this case, they all got dazed before they could do their stuff. So went a bit downhill from after round 2.
Cool. Coddle, what else do you have for Martin when it comes to his roster?
As I alluded to during the stream, I played Martin really recently. I think it's a really cool roster. I think it's super interesting the way you play the crises that are, not super popular. The question, I've got 2 questions for you. about two things that I think, obviously you're right. I think Crimson spiking the shit out of your team, big deal. But the two things that I noticed that I thought might have been maybe, if we're talking chess, they're not mistakes, but maybe like the grade below it. The turn one, Rhino and Shang-Chi, you stunned them with the fist. Did you think about moving the Fisk further away from them? Okay, they don't get the stun, but then if he wants to trigger the leadership early, he has to move them. Did you think about that? Why did you come to the decision you did?
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. And like after round 2, when I moved the Fisk more closer together, so I can get more like flurry and rapid fire triggers, I realized I should have probably made that turn 1 or after round 1. My logic was Rhino and Shang are so mobile that they can go on the Fisk probably whenever. But yeah, with the leadership in mind, like Rhino was going to do his robbery no matter what in round 2, right? So he doesn't have an issue with that. And then I figured, okay, might as well make it a bit harder for him if he gets stunned, but doesn't mean a lot. And yeah. So yeah, probably the right decision was to move the Fisks closer together earlier.
Yeah, maybe. And then the second thing that both me and Norbert noticed was when Shang did enough damage to leave Iron Man on 1 and stagger him, was there any consideration given to using his invincible superpower, not like just letting him
die? Yeah.
Go? Yeah.
Yeah, that was also a thing I was considering. I was pretty sure he was going to do another attack. So like, if it's like that double-edged sword, right? Like if you don't do it, then Shang can just go ahead and do whatever he wants, anyways. And if you keep him alive on 1, then again he has the choice if you want to attack him or not. But yeah, probably it was the right decision maybe to keep him to get him dazed. But he was such in a bad position, like positioning wise, that it would not have made a big difference, I think.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You're right. It's a very awkward place to be because Shang did have that other attack. Yeah. You want to make him use it, but yeah.
Martin, I'm so sorry to see you have to leave. How close have you been to the elimination rounds in prior TTS leagues?
I always make it so that I lose like in the last or semi-last, like get my second loss right in one of the last 2 rounds. So I think last league I was also in the bubble, and then yeah, that's as far as I remember.
Oh, bummer.
But we'll make it next time.
Absolutely. And we will see you in just a week's time at the WTC.
Yes, can't wait.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right, Joemanji, the terror of the European bracket and of England for that matter. The man playing Hellfire Club, the friendly faction. Tell us a little bit about your approach here. I asked you before the game if you were going to go for a more Web Warriors style Hellfire Club or an attrition style, and it seems like you hedged your bets and went half and half.
Hey, Norbert. Yes. Well, I think that's the beauty of Hellfire, isn't it? That they can do both things. It's generally the plan to have the tools to do both options. And given the crisis drop, we were forced to fight. So that's what we tried to do.
Yeah. So you chose an extremely wide roster. Tell us about that choice.
Yeah, I thought about it long and hard, but we're going to have a central fight, so I didn't really want my squishy 3s involved. And more bodies, more better usually. It's probably going to have to take Toad regardless. Someone needs these scrolls, which meant that it was going to be 6 wide regardless. So yeah, Okoye is great on these kind of close missions, dragging up hits. So yeah, 4 4s and 2 2s is a quite common 20. It seems to work.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. You actually have 2 2s, which you don't often see in people's roster builds. Is this something that you kind of are a fan of, that kind of idea?
This is something like all Hellfire things that Curtis decided, so that's what we all do.
Okay, yeah, cool. And why? So, what was your plan here going into this? Was it about the scrolls for the most part, or was it? I guess I'm trying to ask is how were you going to manage the bizarre secures?
Yeah, so Obviously, Fisk is a disaster for me, as you alluded to earlier. That my opponent can move them away from my models, so that their leadership triggers are really hard. And also, we don't want to be fighting down the middle. So I decided immediately that we were just fighting, we were punching. So that's why there's no Bill, because he's more of a throwy displacement character. That's why we got Shang-Chi and Dynamo, who's amazing fighting in close quarters. So yeah, we were punching straight away. I don't know if you probably noticed, but like immediately I was just chucking beams in and stuff. Because
oh my God, Crimson in the early stages. Yeah. Oh, what a beast.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously the dice are ridiculous, and Martin was a true gentleman as always about it. But the plan was that going to be that regardless. It should, hopefully, if it worked normally, it would have taken an extra turn maybe to win. But in these kind of scenarios, even Hellfire have to be stuck in and fight. And the sooner you do it, the sooner you get out.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like everything went your way, so I think it was just a matter of holding on to the scrolls and beating people up in the middle. I mean, or was there another plan that you had in mind?
Yeah, I didn't really have to think too much in this game because the dice did it all for me. So just kind of just went with the flow of it, and then every time it looked like Martin had a good option, he just rolled bad dice. So yeah, all games should be like this.
Really? All right.
For me, anyway. Yeah.
Coddle, what do you got for Joe?
First of all, congratulations on making cuts.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully you can do a repeat and go all the way to the finals like you did that epic season. Was it 12?
I think it was 10. It was ages ago.
Yeah. Fuck me. Anyway, so my question for you is, and I think you probably already answered it, why you went with 20 and why you went with the size you did. Because when we began watching it, it seemed like Martin got everything he wanted. He was able to get a great safe grab with both Nick and the agents, and they were both in relatively safe positions after the first one. So I'm just wondering why you picked the size you did and why you went with 20.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, 20. I mean, higher numbers are just better for Hellfire, and there's more variance at 16. Like one spike and C3 is good at spikes can change the whole game. So if you lose one of my good models at 16, it's a lot harder to come back. So 20 just gives you a little bit more wiggle room, particularly against something like Steve, to just not lose to one spike. And yeah, I mean, I saw a name on his list. I didn't want to stack all my DR characters in there. So that's why we've got Shang-Chi a little bit as well.
And that's because Namor doesn't allow you to use damage reduction. Yeah,
he turns off. So obviously, Hellfire, what they usually do is stack loads of DR characters, which doubles down on the healing leadership. But obviously, Namor turns that off. Makes poor Rhino look like a puppy. If you have too many of those DR characters, then it doesn't go very well.
Sure.
Any other questions, Coddle?
No, everything else just kind of makes sense. Given your list, I think Okoye is a fantastic shout. It's amazing. So, the two of them together, especially as the scoring team, when you want to go a bit wider, it makes sense.
Yeah, Okoye is just absolute nonsense. She seems to be the most durable character in the game for some reason, even though she's a 2. And if you can give her the power to bodyguard without having to earn it fairly, then it's just kind of silly.
Yeah. Joe, people, Mike DeLuca and Lucas are interested to know if this is the list you're bringing to the WTC.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
All of my teammates have just given me this best list, and they're all playing Sentinels. So things like that.
Or unaffiliated. Yeah, the usual.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, we want to give them a chance, right?
Yeah. Hats on Don Marmu. He's really happy about that. So we're looking forward to it.
All right, Mike and Lucas, I hope you're happy with that. You got your answer. A plan. I hope you plan appropriately. You have a couple days still to list lock, so you can make your changes now. Joe, congratulations on making it into the cuts. Have you been into the elimination rounds before?
No, but this is my first time, so thank you very much. I appreciate
Amazing.
it.
That's great news. I'm excited to hear that. That's fantastic. So you're going to have a week off for the WTC, and then we'll go into the elimination rounds thereafter. Joe, you also put out a lot of content on your own. You stream some of these matches, but you also give advice occasionally. I downloaded your episode on X-Men. That was a few weeks ago now, maybe a month ago now. But tell everybody about what you, where they can find your content.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is just Joemanji. I sporadically do stuff and stream games as well. I'm trying to ape the master himself, Dr. Norbert. Obviously not as good as you, but we try our best. And also, Jim and I run an online tournament on TTS, the Eurovision 1 contest. And if you want to play some rated online games of Marvel Crisis Protocol, you can join the league.
Rated?
Yeah, spicy. And you can join in with that, and there's a really good bunch of guys, really high quality opponents. So get some good games in, get some good practice, and then have some fun.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the Euro 1 contest, so yeah, people should look out for that. How often do you run them?
We run them. There's usually always one going. Like, we're going to take a couple of weeks break now because of the WTC, but normally it's just on constant rotation.
Right on. All right, cool. Apparently, Charmer Cork wants to know who won the last Eurovision.
I don't know. Was it him? I think it might have been. Yeah, and that's probably why he's asking. So.
Shameless.
Congratulations, Nick.
Absolutely shameless. He's British too. It's very unexpected. Right. Okay. Thank you again, Joe and Martin. Tailgunner, thank you so much for letting us stream the game. It was great to finish out the season on this last-minute game, which is great. But also, thank you, Cuddle, for joining me. It was so fun to be with my old friend again for some quality time, and for all the work that you do for the community as well. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. WTC list locks on Friday. You should see the lists on Saturday. Be sure to take a look at that and follow the Professional Casual Network to see the streams that we get to you. And until we get another game in on the elimination rounds of Season 15 of the TTS League, I will bid you all good night. Thanks for watching and have a great evening. Bye now.